Yo, what is up? We will be following the career of number 5 overall pick, corner Nate Jenkins. And you may ask, how did he get to this point in his career? Well, growing up in Wisconsin, he didn't get too many shots. And favorite team was the Green Bay Packers growing up. And finally, he gets a shot to walk on at Alabama. He ends up balling out. He gets on the team, but he doesn't start for about his freshman year. Halfway into his sophomore year, their starting corner gets hurt, and he gets put in. After balling out the rest of his college career, he ends up getting drafted by the Baltimore Ravens at number 5. Now, like I said, growing up, his favorite team was the Green Bay Packers, and it just so happens to be that in his rookie debut, starting day 1, he goes against the Green Bay Packers, who now have Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. So we will see how he does against him. And on the first play, he's lined up on that outside receiver. Aaron Rodgers throws in his area, but not quite to his receiver. They get a gain of 8. And now he throws on the opposite side of the field. They do get a completion that becomes a 1st and 10. Now, after that first down, what are they looking to do? Motions his receiver in, and Aaron Rodgers will pass the ball again, except not to him again, and it ends up being an incompletion, bringing up 2nd and 10. And again, he is lined up on that outside receiver. And Aaron Rodgers again throws it to the opposite side of the field. It becomes 3rd and 1. And this time he lines up in the slot. But they will pass it, or they will run it with Hall. My bad. And it brings up a 1st and 10. Now after that 1st and 10, lines up. Well, are they going to run it again? Yes, they will. With Hall again, and they don't get a gain of anything. It brings up a 2nd and 10. And again, he gets lined up on the outside receiver, hoping to get his first target. And he does, but he's not quite there for the interception. But he does get the forced fumble. After the fumble, he gets a key block to get them extra yards. That is huge. That's his first drive of his NFL career. And then the offense goes down the field and scores a touchdown off of it. So, coming out after that offensive touchdown, the Packers now, first play, get a 1st and 10. Line back up on the outside receiver, Nick Jenkins, hoping to get an interception on his quarterback idol growing up. But for that play, they ended up handing it off to Hall. Nick Jenkins angled it too far inside. Hall was able to get to the outside. Now, the handoff with Hall again is working for him, but that time it doesn't. They only get a gain of 1, bringing up a 2nd and 9. And they hand it off again. Maybe it was a fluke. Maybe it wasn't, because they only got a gain of 2 yards. But there was a penalty, which gives them 1st and 10. And Aaron Rodgers tries to throw to the opposite side of the field again. An incomplete pass, bringing up a 2nd and 10. And they will hand it off to Hall again. And this time, we're starting to stop Hall. We're starting to slow him down because he only gets back to the line of scrimmage. And Aaron Rodgers motions Jenkins, receiver, across the line. And it looks like he has him locked up, and it allows Justin Houston to get the sack on Aaron Rodgers. And that was end of the quarter, and first drive coming out. Or I guess it wasn't the end of quarter. They get a field goal. Offense gets a touchdown, and now we get an interception. And after the interception, offense also goes down again, scores another touchdown. And then we hold Hall to a 3-yard gain. Jenkins isn't playing that bad of a game. He missed the tackle there. They do gain a 1st down. And here, He's trying to bait. Can he catch up? And he doesn't even get targeted. He thought maybe it was to his receiver. Ends up being to the receiver next to him. But it was still incomplete. So this defense has still yet to give up a touchdown. And they are going to see if they can become the best defense there. And he gives up another catch, but he's able to assist in getting the tackle. Bringing up a 1st and 10. He tries to bait. Doesn't quite get it. Aaron Rodgers ends up throwing to someone else. They get up to the 21-yard line. Lined up on that outside receiver again. Can he bait him into a throw? He can, but he's not there in time. But he does get the hit stick tackle. Absolutely obliterates the receiver. And his receiver gets targeted again, and he's able to get the tackle before the touchdown. Seeing if they can hold him to a field goal here. Lined up on that outside corner again. The slant is thrown. Nothing there. Ends up being incomplete. So, outside corner again. Slants again. Except that time he was in zone, so it technically wasn't his man. Either way, doesn't get the touchdown. Coming out in zone again. They run slants again. But that time, it is complete. So they give up their first touchdown to Aaron Rodgers. And that was the end of half. So coming out of half, the Ravens have a 21-10 lead. They end up coming out in zone, able to get underneath completion for 3 yards. So Nick Jenkins really trying to make a difference in this game, trying to prove to the coaches that he was the right pick at number 5. And they get another pass, but it is fumbled. That fumble left me a loss of words. This defense is just playing phenomenal. Like, to the point where I am at a loss of words. This honestly can be the best defense in the league if everything works out. And they hand it off to Hall again, bringing up a gain of 1. And so it's about 5 minutes left in the third quarter, up 28-10. They don't get a pass yet again. Again, I'm lost for words because I was really expecting Aaron Rodgers to put up a fight. So, on a 3rd and 9, he does bite on an underneath route, giving up that zone, and he gives up the first touchdown in his NFL career to Mecole Hardman. I don't know what happened on offense, but they did something and didn't score. It leaves the Jets on their own 1-yard line. So, we're just going to have to hold them. They pass the first time, or they run the first time, they pass there. They're going to run again, and we're able to hold them all 3 times. So that helps out, making them punt it. Offense ended up, they were able to score a touchdown on that drive. Coming to the end of the third, Packers are down, wow. I'm thinking of Aaron Rodgers. It's not the Packers. The Jets are down 35-17. They run it with Hall, but they don't get anything, bringing up a 3rd and 3, and that was the last play of the quarter, so we are coming into the fourth quarter. And Aaron Rodgers gets the pass off, bringing up a 1st and 10. With about 7.5 minutes left in the fourth, 1st and 10, Aaron Rodgers will throw the ball. So they get an underneath pass. He turns it up, able to get a gain at 8, bringing up 2nd and 2. And on 2nd and 2, the Jets will pass it again. Another underneath route to Hall. They end up getting the first down. This defense trying not to let off the gas pedal here. And the Jets get yet another first down. Aaron Rodgers is starting to drive down the field. Defense, they're attacking the huddle. They have to do something about this. And they hold Breece Hall to nothing. So, 2nd and 10, Aaron Rodgers goes to pass again. And again, we get another fumble. And like I said, they were talking in the huddle. Nate Jenkins gave a huge speech in the huddle saying, "Don't let go now. We got to hold them." And that ended up being the end score of that first game. So it ended up being 35-17. And now we are coming in to the second game of his career against none other than the Miami Dolphins. And not going to lie, this game, he did struggle with his primary matchup being against Jalen Waddle. He didn't do horribly, but we make a fumble right there, and they were able to recover it, which is still huge because it brings up a 4th and 14. We make them punt it, and the offense was able to do nothing. And like I said, his primary receiver to cover was Jalen Waddle. He's able to lock him up there, enough time for us to get a sack, bringing up a 2nd and 20. And so lined up again on Jalen Waddle. He tries to bait into it and just doesn't throw to him. They get a gain of 1, bringing up a 3rd and 19. So they are looking to stop him here on 3rd and 19. He's lined up on Jalen Waddle and again doesn't get it thrown to him. They end up getting 18 yards, but still not the first down, and they have to punt it again. And again, offense doesn't do anything. I'm pretty sure they turned it over. And right there, he wasn't on Jalen Waddle, but Jalen Waddle does get the catch, bringing it up to a 2nd and 1. And on 2nd and 1, they do decide to run the ball, and we are able to get them behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1, bringing up a 3rd and 2. So on 3rd and 2, he's lined up on Tyreek Hill this time, and they run the ball again. Nate Jenkins gets pushed to the inside. Raheem Moser is able to bounce to the outside. They get the first down. And so they run it again on 1st and 10, and Moser is able to get another first down. Now, there weren't too many highlights for Nate Jenkins in this game. A lot of decent plays, but not too many highlights. Right here, he was able to lock up Jalen Waddle on that play. And so on 2nd and 21, we're thinking they're going deep. He's going to try and bait him into a throw. They don't end up going deep, but he is able to get the tackle on Jalen Waddle right there. And so 3rd and 16, it's the Dolphins. They got to be going deep here. He is lined up on Jalen Waddle again. He tries to bait him into it, but just gets burnt. And this is the first touchdown he gives up this game. And the Dolphins go up 7-0. But our offense, thankfully, is able to go down and score the ball to tie it up. He ends up lining up in the slot against Tyreek Hill here. And I don't know who he was throwing to that play, but it ends up being an incompletion anyways, bringing up a 2nd and 10. And he is lined up on Jalen Waddle again. Hopefully, this can end up being a great matchup within the league throughout his career. But Jalen Waddle definitely got the best of him today. Raheem Moser ends up running the ball again, doesn't get the first, and brings up a 4th and 8. So they punt the ball again. Offense able to go down, take the lead, 14-7. And they run the ball again and don't get anything. Actually, they get a loss of 2. And we ended up... Oh, that was the end of half. And so we start off the 3rd quarter. Pretty sure the offense turned the ball over again because I don't know how they started at the 50-yard line. But again, on Jalen Waddle, lets up a big play. End up getting 1st and 10. They're on our own 21-yard line, and they hand the ball off again. And Raheem Moser tries to get something, but Nate Jenkins is able to get a tackle after a gain of 3 yards. So on 2nd and 7, they end up targeting Tyreek Hill in the end zone. They don't get it, bringing up a 3rd and 7 on our own 18. So again, he's manned up on Jalen Waddle, and again, he gives up that corner route, and that's now the 2nd touchdown to Jalen Waddle that he gave up this game. But it's okay because the offense was able to go down, get the field goal, and take the lead. And right here, they run the ball, and they're able to stop him after a gain of 1, bringing up a 3rd and 9, or a 2nd and 9. And on 2nd and 9, they end up running the ball again. Raheem Mostert ends up only getting like 1 other yard, bringing up a 3rd and 8. So with a minute left in the 3rd quarter, 3rd and 8, he's manned up on Jalen Waddle again, tries to bait him into something, and he finally gets it, but it's complete. I'm assuming he's lost Jalen Waddle behind him. Didn't realize that he'd moved out towards the sideline, but that was a huge play that he just gave up. So on 1st and 10, they end up passing the ball again, bringing up a gain of 5 yards. And that was the last play of the quarter, so now we're bringing it into the 4th. And first play of the 4th quarter, Tua throws it incomplete, bringing up a 3rd and 5. They're really trying to hold him to just a field goal here. They don't want to give up the lead. And so they get a pass off. They don't get the full 5 yards. It brings up a 4th and inches, and they get a field goal. But the offense isn't able to get anything, so they're right back out here, 17-17. 1st and 10, they get a gain of 6 yards. And so on 2nd and 4, they decide that they are going to pass it. And they get the ball to the 1st down, but that is it. And he lines up in the slot here again. And again, I don't know who that was to. It looked like Tyreek Hill, but I don't know. They end up giving up the 1st down, though. And again, he is manned up on Jalen Waddle. And this has just been the matchup all night. But he doesn't throw it to Jalen Waddle, and they end up getting it like a gain of 8 yards, bringing up a 2nd and 2. So it's about 3.5 minutes left. He's manned up on Tyreek Hill, but they run the ball. Raheem Mostert ends up getting the 1st down again. On 1st and 10 with about 3 minutes left, tied up 17-17, they pass the ball again, and there's a penalty. And it ends up being roughing the passer on Tua, which will set them up in at least field goal range, because it is now on our own 26. And that's not what we were looking for. And Tua scrambles with it. We go to hit him, but he slides. It looks like he's learning not to take a hit. Too many concussions. He doesn't want more. Bringing up a 2nd and 3. And they go play action. Tua gets the ball off, but it goes out of bounds, incomplete, bringing up a 3rd and 3. They come out. It looks like they're going to run it, but they don't. And Tua ends up passing the ball again, and they do get the 1st down to Tyreek. Nope, that was Jalen Waddle. My bad. It's kind of hard to tell when they're across the field. Both superstars. And that time they do hand the ball off to Anderson. But he gets nothing, bringing up a 2nd and 10. Probably going to have to start calling timeouts here. They hand it off to Mostert, and we call a timeout there. Bringing up a 3rd and 7. They only need a field goal, take the lead, so they hand it off again, and we are able to stop them at inches, so we call another timeout and they take a field goal. Offense was able to score a touchdown to take the lead with 30 seconds left. But with 30 seconds left, I got you there. He didn't complete the ball. Tua throws an incompletion because he can't get it deep enough. But all jokes aside, this play here, he gives up another big play, putting them on our own 39-yard line. But we can still hold them to a field goal, and they won't win because it'll only be 23-24. But looky there, there's another flag. I don't know how much the Dolphins are paying the refs this game, but we get another roughing the passer. With 2 timeouts left, sets them up on the 1-yard line. 1st and goal. So I make some adjustments here. Obviously, they have 2 timeouts. They only need 1 yard. But they only need 1 play. And that will be the game ceiling touchdown. They end up winning the game 27-24. Now, I gathered a couple highlights from his first game, and here they are.